Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we have our classic on the channel. What's the best value for every attribute rating in NBA 2K25? So, I was thinking about doing a reveal on this one and like doing it more slow paced where you guys see like one rating at a time, but I figure you can just digest this however you want. If you want my full explanation on it, I'm sure that's what you're here for. So you can go ahead and process this as you want, but yeah, we're just gonna start from the top and go down to the bottom. So as you can see, we have them all sorted in their own categories. I would do this on the game, and you know, just to clarify for anybody who doesn't think I have access to the game really, let's just show you some footage. You know what, matter of fact, this is enough for you to see. All these files. This is everything I have done, recorded, shorts, everything, you know, the regular content, all that. These are all the, you know, raw files that aren't being uploaded or anything like that, but were used to record it. So anyway, you know, figure we just show you that. It'd be pretty straight up simple, but anyway, so yeah, there's my credentials if you needed any. So anyway, let's get started with this. So close shot 92. This is to unlock Paint Prodigy and Float Game at the same time on another level. So like, I'm not here to say that close shot is going to be very important. I think it's actually probably one of the worst ratings in the game again. It doesn't feel like mashing is going to be good again. That's just my take on it. I'm a very limited experienced person in that so far. All I really had to utilize that with was Gobert, Towns, and like, you know, people with not exactly the highest close shot rating if you're considering Gobert, but just in general, it also felt like anybody that was playing against me, it just seemed like they didn't go at a very high rate. You know, it seems like it's very easy to contest them with the hands up D, stuff like that. So long story short, I think you should either have minimal close shot, because this thing gets tied to your post control going up, it gets tied to your standing dunk going up nowadays, and the standing dunk itself makes the post control go up too. So like, long story short, you find yourself having about 70 to 80 close shot no matter what your build is in the first place anyway. So I really just don't think there is a value, quote unquote, to it, no matter who you are, because you're going to find it pretty high no matter what build you're on, whether it's your layup tethering to it, whether it's your standing dunk tethering to it, your post control, all that stuff. Even your mid-range, you know, is tethered to your close shot like crazy too. So long story short, you're either going to have a pretty high close shot by default, like in the, you know, mid 70s to mid 80s, stuff like that, or you should probably go for like 92 if you're trying to like really go crazy on it, with the Paint Prodigy and Float Game both going up on that. But anyway, let's move along. So with driving layup, I believe at 80 you get Float Game, and at 85 you get layup Mixmaster on silver. I think somewhere along the lines, I believe you get at 80 the physical finisher as well on silver. So it's a lot of like silver badge thresholds. Not to mention, over the years of 2K, it's just generally been what the good layup animations are, is 80 to 85, and generally you would settle in at one of these two, nothing in between, and that's how it definitely feels like it will be this year. So I'm definitely suggesting to you guys, go somewhere along those two lines, either 80 or 85, because anything more is probably doing it a little bit too much. Anything less is probably not going to be even usable, in the sense of like, it's not going to be good packages, the badges are terrible. So I'm just saying, if you want to be involved in the layup game this year, definitely these are the two value ratings, as far as like not spending a whole lot on it, but like getting the most bang for your buck out of it. And that's what the whole video is about, you know? So anyway, next up we have driving dunk, 87. It's the same old. You get your pro contact dunks off too. It's 87 driving dunk and 75 vertical. So you will see that it's not technically listed here. And you know what? Let me just add it, because 74 was for the chase down artist type badge, or the high flying denier. 78 was for the pro contacts off one. But when you consider that my best value driving dunk is 87, I might as well just have the vert that goes with it tied in here. So anyway, that's what this is. 75 vert, 87 driving dunk. They tie in together. You get silver posterizer at 87 dunk, as well as, like I said, you're only in first contact dunk package if this is the rating that you go for. If you want to go higher than that, 89 driving dunk gets you the pro contacts off one, but again, you need 78 vertical for that, so that's why that's also tied into. But yeah, I mean, I didn't want to give you any more like value ratings per se, because I think I might be even overdoing it by going 93 driving dunk. It's literally just for posterize. You don't get any contact dunk packages along with it. I'll bet you though, there probably are some very good dunk packages along the lines of that. So like last year, side clutches off one, for instance, right? That was 92 driving dunk, and that was my favorite dunk of the whole year. Or even like, you know, in previous years, tomahawk dunks were really good. They had a very consistent timing and stuff like that, so I loved them. So we'll see. It's not really definitive yet, but you know, that's what this is for. It's just kind of my rough draft for the year. You know, I'll definitely remake this video at some point. I'm sure a lot of you guys love this. I see it. You guys watch this more than anything on my channel, honestly. So had to at least give you something out the gate to look for as far as when you're creating your builds, and a nice little template to go off of. So anyway, next up we have standing dunk. Obviously, you could consider 80 to like 82-ish being the lowest value, where you get like your rise up and stuff like that on silver, and then the pro contact dunks for the bigs. But the elite contacts being 90, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna put a 4th vertical rating, but yes, you could put 70 here because you need 70 vert and 90 standing dunk to be able to get the elite big men contact dunks. I'm not gonna lie, if you're on a big man that doesn't get 70 vertical, I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's already pretty rough. I guess you're probably like 7'3 or 7'2, something like that. Any 7'1 and below, you generally just find your way into that very easily anyway, so it's not really something I really need to bring up too much. But yeah, in case you are on the alert for that, 90 standing dunk, 70 vert. That's what you need for the elite contact dunks for the bigs. But yeah, I know putting ratings in the 90s is kind of like against what I normally am about on this series, because it's about value. But yeah, I mean, like, if you're trying to do it like standing meter dunks, you definitely want 90. That's as simple as that. It seems like it's about the same as it was last year. I will say though, I don't want to go into this year assuming that like things how it worked in 2K24 is just how it works in 25. I don't want to just assume that like anything above 90 standing dunk is overkill, because for all I know, maybe it does still scale properly. We'll do a lot of testing on that. I'm sure labs will be on that as well. Same with the driving dunk. Like, I'll be testing out, above 93 ratings, even at that, like 99 driving dunk, see what we think of it. All types of stuff like that. So anyway, moving along, post control. 84/87 and then 96. So with the post control, at 96 you get unpluckable, and then like post up poet at 95 on like Hall of Fame as well. So it's a pretty nice little combo. Gold unpluckable is the maximum you can get with post control. You can't get Hall of Fame, you can't get legend unpluckable with post control, so that's just pretty much why I have 96 right there. But yeah, 95, the post up poet is definitely a good threshold to go for. Same with the 84, 87 being really good for the badge like rating thresholds and stuff like that. So like the post fade phenom and then like the post up poet as well. I'm pretty sure post fade phenom is the 84 one, and then the post up poet at gold, yeah, it's definitely the gold one. That's at 87. So boom, there you go. Those are your two post control thresholds and stuff like that. And then the 96 as well, like I said, for the post up poet on Hoff, and then the unpluckable on gold and stuff like that. Also, in case you guys didn't know, I'm pairing with NBA 2K Labs again this year. So in this time around, since it's so early, they're going to have early content such as the ratings you need for each badge and all the requirements with that are listed in, visual form. We also have each takeover ratings boost, all the ratings that are boosted by every takeover. And a lot of this info, it's stuff I'm interested in seeing. Like that, for instance, is something I didn't spend my time on the game looking for, so you'll find it on their website, as well as the fact that I am super interested in that myself, so I'll be checking it out. And then also, as soon as the game drops, they're going to look for every animation requirement and list that on their website as well. Alright, so as for the premium content, this is where the banger is. Now, obviously, this is 2K24 information right here. To get the 25, you're going to have to subscribe, but 2K Labs is cool enough to let me show you the 24 info as an example. So, for instance, you got a lot of different ways to sort it through here. You can look through green window, speed, you can look for the fastest millisecond jump shot, you can look for the total make percent. So, for instance, on the early, middle, and late end of the green window, what the chances are, then all that combined into the total average. You can look through the most makeable shots to the fastest ones with the biggest green window, to the ones that fit your position group between the guards, wings, and bigs. It's fire. You can find the bases and the uppers in here and combine that for the best possible statistical jump shot, and it's just a huge tool, so shout out to them for that. And then you have ranking of dribble moves per category, so it's going to be like behind the backs ranks against each other, showing you which one's the best. There's like a letter grade on each of them tested by Koza, so he's going to be ranking all those dribble moves in each category. And then we also have dribble practice tools, so it's going to be showing you exactly how to do the moves on the controller, and then you can replicate it on the controller in their website as well. So for anyone interested in supporting me while also getting access to the content, you can go ahead and subscribe to the 2K Labs Premium right here on NBA2KLab.com. And then when you click register, it'll allow you a chance to put in a creator code of someone you want to support. And then if you put in code Laker at checkout, you'll get 20% off of your whole purchase right there. And not that some of you guys care, but just to let you know, I get a percentage based off only your initial purchase. So if you got the monthly, I would only get a percentage based on your first month. So if you do want to support me a little bit and plan to get like 3 to 6 or even a year-long subscription, feel free to get those, and I would really appreciate it. But I get that not everybody wants to, so if you want just the monthly as well, that's cool too. So anyway, that's code Laker at checkout. Appreciate you guys for watching. None of that, let's get back to the video. So anyway, three-pointer. You're gonna see 3 and MIDI both have 78. That's your set shot specialist. I really have to say that's so slow every time, bro. It's literally the triple alliteration that's of doom. It just kills me on this stuff. But anyway, set shot specialist, you get that at silver, which is another 4th S word right there. And you get that with a 78 mid-range or a 78 three-pointer, no matter what. So those are both thresholds that you want to reach, because I think it's definitely like what it seems to be the low cost of shooting, like on 6'8 and 6'6, 6'7, 6'9 builds, stuff like that. It seems like you can afford 78 3-pointer and don't have to touch your midi to get like that type of set shot specialist. Whereas anything above that, like 6'10 and up, it does seem you can't get that 3-pointer high enough if you're a max wingspan type player. So getting your 78 mid-range allows you to get that type of a badge, plus also, you know, just the ability to have a more versatile offensive repertoire by having midi and 3-pointer. Whereas those locks, I don't think they're going to do that because they can just get the 78 3-pointer. But anyway, into the next threshold, you have 83 for the 3-pointer, which is your limitless range on bronze, which I'm assuming a lot of slashers and like, you know, point forward style builds and stuff like that, or stretch bigs, are going to be needing to reach a certain threshold like this. You don't want to settle for less than that. I don't think you want 82 and stuff like that. I think 83 is for sure the benchmark. Anything past that, you know, for comfortability reasons, if you want like 85 3-pointer, feel free to go for it. But you're not going to see many like big thresholds reached until, honestly, they don't really pair all well together. Like there's a lot of separated badges between all types of different ratings and stuff like that, and they all come together being legend. 4 of them do at 99 overall for 3-pointer, and at the 5.9, it's so attainable. For other builds, it's actually a lot cheaper than it was last year. It's not going to cost you like 4 attribute points, like overall points, to just go from 98 3-pointer to 99 like you did in 2K24. In some cases, it was even 5. That was crazy. What a time. But anyway, yeah, so you will see a lot more people with 99 3-pointer in this year's game, for sure, especially those 5.9s. And again, when you combine the fact that all 4 or 5 of the shooting badges that are correlated with 3-pointer, you literally just get on legend for going from 98 to 99. It's actually one of the best value ratings in the game. It's crazy to say that a 99 rating is like that, but I'm telling you, it truly is. And it's actually not as expensive to go for as it used to be either. So anyway, moving on to mid-range, 93, that's for your set shot specialist to go to Hall of Fame. So it's just a nice little benchmark to go for. Not to mention a lot of stretch bigs and like, you know, min wingspan bigs, stuff like that can reach it. So I just figured it's worth mentioning. You know, I would definitely think 78 is more the threshold that I'm really talking about. And just so we're clear, the abbreviation DNF is not the word to be used for free throw not qualifying for this list, or like not being, you know, explained. But I don't know, it's just what I wrote. But anyway, with free throw, my point here is there's no more badges correlated to this, so pretty much just go with whatever you feel comfortable with, honestly, or whatever you can afford. That's the key too, is free throw is still extremely cheap, so you may as well just put it to as high as you really can afford, and it might as well just come last on your build, where you do a lot of attribute point shaving. You kind of just throw your free throw to whatever feels comfortable, you know? So that's kind of what I'm looking at right there. It's pretty simple. Passac 85. 85 is where bronze bailout is, and this works for nearly every single height in the game. I believe it actually does work for any height in the game. I don't think bailout is height capped. I saw it on 7.1s. I don't know for a fact it's like, you know, on 7.2s and 7.3s, but for all I know, it probably is, considering it's on 7.1s. So yeah, I mean, I do believe that you can get bailout on any build as long as you have 85 passac, and that is a threshold that I think, you know, we've felt very comfortable over the years with. To be fair, maybe there's pass animations, like, you know, passing styles that are important to go for, and we'll eventually find that out, and maybe this changes. Like, for instance, Halliburton is what really made me want to appreciate 89 last year, and that was a big deal to go for, in my opinion. But I don't know, some people also don't really believe in the pass styles in general, so it just depends how you see it. I'd like to think, though, 85 is a good benchmark for everybody to agree on, and we'll see after the, you know, pass styles drop. But anyway, 81 ball handle. This was for silver handles for days, I believe, and all types of other stuff included. And not to mention, it's just something that you find your way into pretty easily on, you know, all types of forward builds, slasher builds, kind of just, you know, stuff in the 6'5 to maybe even 6'4 to, let's say, like 6'8 range, 6'9 range, stuff like that. So I'd like to think 81 ball handle is a pretty good ballpark to go for. And then along with that is 75 speed of ball. Now, if you wanted to go for like the guard thresholds of this stuff, it's way toward the top, and you might as well just do it if you're like making a PG. For the point guard, somewhere between like 95 to 96 to 97 ball handle. You know, those crazy ratings that give you all types of different badge tiers and whatnot. There's no real definitive like one that I think is the best though. Maybe like 96, I guess. You get the handles for days, I'm pretty sure. Maybe that's Unpluckable, I don't remember. Maybe handles for days 97 on Legend. I don't remember. I know Unpluckable Hoff is one of them. Handles for days Legend is another, and then like something else below that. I don't remember entirely, but long story short, the ball handle in the higher thresholds, it's not really value. It's more like just point guards end up at it. So 81 is my value rating right there. 75 speed of ball also is. I'm assuming this is still a couple, you know, different types of dribble styles and stuff like that. And it also gives you the silver lightning launch. So long story short, pretty good spot to be, you know, especially considering what dribble styles are good. So we'll see once again about that. I'm sorry that a lot of things that pertain to animations don't exactly lead to being very easy to tell you what's good value, but here we are now where nothing is animation based at all, so we're all good. Anyway, moving forward, like I just said, interior defense 60 and 70. So these are the thresholds that have to do with your like block badge. I don't know why I can't keep forgetting what the heck this thing's called. Paint Patroller. Jeez, it's gonna take a second for me. But anyway, 60 is for bronze, 70 is for silver. Simple as that, really. I mean, anything past that, you might as well just, you know, once again, just play based on what position you're gonna be. I understand 70 interior defense is pretty suspect for like, let's say a 7-footer and stuff like that, or anybody that's like playing center, like, you know, rec big man who's sitting 2-3 and stuff like that, or even a, you know, ranked pro team who's sitting in the bottom of the 2-3. Just play it accordingly, you know. I'm just giving you good value ratings to go for based on badges and stuff like that in most cases. But if you're talking gameplay and you know exactly how you want to play and you think it's going to be important, I'm telling you guys, interior defense does matter this year, for sure. I mean, I've felt it for sure. I mean, like, it's so easy to dunk on, like, small guards, and then when you start trying to dunk on bigs and stuff like that, it's rough. Now, maybe height matters more. I don't know that for a fact, so take my whole interior D talk with a grain of salt, but I know either one thing. Interior D matters or height matters, one of the two. So, and it could be both, for that matter. But anyway, moving along to Prim D, you can see we have 75, 85, 92. These are all pretty much like the tiers of badge threshold. So like at 85, you get silver badges. At 92, you get gold. At 75, you get bronze on all, like, you know, all the categories. So it's a good benchmark to go for. You know, it's about as simply explained as that. Anyway, moving along to steel. This is also kind of the same deal right here. So like 85 gives you the gold interceptor, silver glove. 94, I believe, gives you, I think 91 gives you gold glove, and then 94 gives you Hall of Fame interceptor. So like, they're kind of badge tier step-ups, if you will. It just so happens that interceptor is at a higher tier than glove is, you know what I mean? So like, and same with steel. I think when you're at the low threshold, you just want to be 60, you know, it's enough for bronze interceptor. It gets the job done. Centers of the world, you guys probably end up at something like this, you know. Lockdowns somewhere in this threshold, you know, or you will just go with a 99 because 99 is pretty cracked, obviously, for sure. You're gonna see like 99 is actually good value compared to how it's ever been, for sure. Now, one rating I've never even messed around with putting 99 is block in this game so far. So I've just been kind of sitting at like the bronze to silver high flying. No, it's not high flying denier. Come on, bro. What is it? Paint Patroller. So I've been sitting at like the bronze to silver level Paint Patroller. You get it with 74. The high flying denier silver, you get at 78. Paint Patroller silver, you get at 84. So like, it's kind of just, I've been sitting in this threshold for a lot of the builds, whether they've been like the forwards, the locks, into the bigs being 84. I kind of just naturally end up sitting at 84 for a lot of the elite defenders, if you will. So I don't know. To be honest with you guys, it wasn't worth looking at so much because it felt so expensive and just unnecessary that like, I don't even remember what the gold thresholds are for block at all. So I'm sure we'll figure that out eventually or get some test on that, find out if it's worth or not in the game. But yeah, for now, it just didn't look like it was worth in the builder. But anyway, for the rebound, same thresholds because they unlock the same types of badges, obviously. So we have 80 to get the silver rebound chaser first. This is something that I think is at least a bare minimum if you want to play as a big. You know, it's going to be still a struggle to compare with people that got like 96, for instance, because you're going to have silver. They're going to have Hall of Fame rebound chaser. But anyway, with 92, you get gold rebound chaser. It's a big step up, obviously. You got to go a lot of attribute points to go from silver to gold. So that's why it's a little bit tougher, right? Because anything that's in that 85 threshold, it's kind of useless. Like, I actually shouldn't say that because 85 itself actually gets you the gold box out beast. But anyway, like, to only have one badge change between about 10 or 11 ratings is pretty wild. You know what I mean? Like, for box out beast to be the only thing that gets upgraded going from like 81 to 92. Or 91, I should say. So yeah, 81 to 91, literally like only box out beast would be getting upgraded from silver to gold. But besides that, like I said, 92 is your gold rebound chaser. 94 is your Hall of Fame box out beast while still having gold rebound chaser. And then again, 96 is to have Hoff box out beast with Hoff rebound chaser. So this kind of plateau, if you will, where it's like 92 to 96 is like really where your elite rebounders will be. And then 80 is where the mediocre ones will be. If you want 60, I think that's actually a decent one to go for too, because you will find you're gonna naturally like be near 60 defensive rebound on a lot of your like guard and forward builds and stuff like that. And to just have bronze rebound chaser is a good idea in my opinion. You might even, depending on your strength, be able to get the bronze box out beast too, which I believe is somewhere in the 70 range, which is where we'll talk about this in a sec. But anyway, speed. This is a little bit hypocritical of me because I did have a lot of builds like the Kobe build and the Anthony Edwards build and stuff like that where they did not really max out on the speed for their height. But in a lot of cases when you're a center, max your speed. If you're a power forward, max your speed. If you're like a lock, probably max your speed, you know? If you're a guard of some sort, you probably won't just because of how much room there is to eventually get. And not everybody wants to have 90 speed or like 95 or anything like that. But if you have like under 83 speed as a maximum that you can get, I think you should be going for that because chances are you're probably 6'7" or above, so you should definitely be doing so, in my opinion. I mean, it'd be dumb to make a, let's say you went with like a 7-foot center and made its weight like 210 pounds or something like that, and you make your maximum speed capable of being like 70 or 71, something like that, yet you only go with a 60 speed. Why did you even make a footer at that point? Like, I just think you should always be maxing out your speed to height ratio when it comes to the bigs and the power forwards and the locks and stuff like that. Maybe not always the locks, but pretty consistently the locks, you know? So anyway, that's my best value, is to just max it unless you're a point guard or a shooting guard in some form. But anyway, other than that, agility 80, I just found that you naturally end up at this spot a little bit more. This is just more of a ballpark just to combine with the 92 prim and talk about how you need this for the on-ball menace or whatever the heck the thing's called. I'm sorry, I don't remember these badges by name. I know the thresholds, so I don't know what exactly they're called. But anyway, you pair 80 agility with 94 or 92 prim, it gets you that gold on-ball D badge. So boom, there you go. I mean, and anything less than that, same thing applies. Just match your agility to whatever your on-ball like prim D needs to be. You know, simple as that. Other than that, I mean, this is still tied to your lateral quickness, so it will still matter. So don't just completely minimize it entirely. I think it's going to be important to have, and we'll see that when we get into the game for sure. I think this actually will be a very slept-on attribute rating, 100%. And maybe you will end up with just wanting it high regardless, you know? But anyway, strength. 72 gives you a ton of bronze badges, stuff like that. 83 gives you a ton of silver badges. 91 gives you a ton of gold. So it just so happens that these are all the thresholds that are worth going for. 72 gives you a bunch of stuff like, let's say, bronze box out beast, brick wall, immovable enforcer, just stuff like that. You know, all those types of badges. I think even like the paint, like it's the backdowns one, the power backdowns one. And you get what I'm saying? It scales like that with a lot of these. Like 83 silver brick wall. You'll get silver removable easy with that too. I think it's actually 82 or 81, something like that. It's all like box out beast. You get like plenty good. I think you can actually get gold box out beast with 83 strength as well. And then 91 gives you like Hall of Fame box out beast, gold brick wall, stuff like that. I believe 95 or 96 strength is Hoff brick wall. I made it on my Shaq build or the post score one, whatever you want to look at. So long story short, strength I think just moves in variations of like, you know, those brick wall, immovable enforcer, box out beast badges and stuff and the thresholds of them. Because I don't know. I mean, I'm sure strength will still matter in the game, but it wasn't a focal point. It wasn't something people were talking about a whole lot in this one. So I don't know. And I mean, I was getting a ton of blow-bys with Edwards on anybody too. So like, I don't know. I have no idea, and I don't know what his strength is. I'm guessing it's good for a guard, but it's not like good in comparison to some of the defenders that were like guarding him. So I don't know, man. Obviously, blow-bys are kind of a hard animation to really gauge, whether it's strength or like ball handling that's kind of causing it, you know? But anyway, again, back to vert. So 74, blah, 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 was, you know, the threshold you need for the high-flying denier. 75 is for the pro contact dunks off 2. 78 for the pro contact dunks off 1. So it's about as simple as that, you know? If you want 80, I believe that was for posterizer gold as well. But besides that, I mean, vert, I think we'll have to play it first to understand whether vert's actually worth having, just in general of like, does it buff your block height? Does it buff your rebound jumping? Does it buff your dunks in general? And the answer is generally no, to be honest, but I don't know. I mean, I've felt like when I'm on vert builds though, that the block and rebounding ones do get affected. I've never felt like it affects the way I dunk the ball, but I don't know. I do feel like it influences block and rebound like height for sure. But anyway, like I said, it's probably safer to go into a game assuming that it doesn't than it does, because then you can at least get burned for being wrong rather than like, you know, anticipating that you would need it and then being wrong. And then you have useless ratings and you were just wrong, so it sucks. But anyway, long story short, that is our best value ratings in 2K25 at each attribute rating. So I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new to noties, all that good stuff. Like always, let's try this one to 5,000 likes. I really think we could achieve that. I think this one could do even more than that, though, to be honest. But just let me know. You know, at the end of the day, this is early content. It's not something that's going to be evergreen. I'm sure you guys will still see videos like this in the future, but I will redo it, you know. So I think this one, 5K is, you know, reasonable for sure. But anyway, that's all for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you made it to the end of the video, put value or put attribute or put rating, any of the three. Value, attribute, rating in the comments. Short sports, you made it all the way through to the end of this one. Anyway, that's all for the vid. Hope you all enjoyed. And on that, take it easy, man. Peace.